And joining us live on the World Now from Volgograd is Nedo Ndefo. He's an international affairs analyst. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So Ukraine, Moldova were given European candidate status, given candidate status rather by the European Union. And Georgia is also in the works. But this doesn't mean that these countries have become members of the EU. In fact, it might take years before they become members. But I want you to speak to the immediate geopolitics of this and whether you think that this has tipped the balance of power and influence in that region.
Well, anyway, speaking of that, we all know that it's going to take a long time for these countries to achieve the membership of the European Union. Looking at the fact that they need to really do well when it comes to the Copenhagen criteria and being able to have a very stable debt profile. These are the requirements of the European Union. It's quite unfortunate that a country like Ukraine has not actually been able to achieve all these goals. Anyway, this development happened as a result of the current special operation by the Russian forces on the Ukrainian soil. This has made a mounting pressure on the leadership of the European Union to kind of admit Ukraine and all those neighboring countries as a candidate status nation. But actually, it's going to take a long while for that to happen. Well, if you look at it, there are some other countries like Turkey, Albania, and North Macedonia. This country has actually been on the forefront. They actually on the forefront of the queue as compared to this recent nations. And there's going to be a divided European states, nations, when these countries are being given more, if they are being given more precedence over them.
Albania has been waiting for about 8 years, and North Macedonia, like you mentioned, has been waiting for about 17 years. That's a long time, and that's why people wonder why. And I think it was also the Ukraine's EU envoy who also said, he doesn't understand the idea of the queue. But let's talk about this from the Russian perspective. The Kremlin has always known that this was in the cards. President Putin has said that this is not, it is not a big deal, but some time ago, he described Ukraine and Russia as, I just want to get that correctly, he described them as one people and a single whole. How do you think he's likely to react to this?
Anyway, for the Russian people, the most important thing right now is to sort the issue, the crisis with the Donbass and the Donbass issue, and also with the Eastern European front. Right now, that's actually a more important pressing matters because it's quite a military alliance. If NATO happens to get into the Ukrainian soil, this is going to be an issue for the Kremlin regime. Well, for the EU, joining EU, for them, that's not actually a pressing issue because from the look of things, it's going to take years to accomplish that.
Thank you so much. We'll continue to see how things play out. I mean, it's going to take some years, but we'll monitor that situation. Thank you, International Affairs Analyst Nedo Ndefo, for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me.